please have a word with the builder, because the other day his jeans were so far off his backside you could more or less see his anus. It's done. Done! 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 No, he's not seeing me. I'll get him later. Done! Fine, fine. Oh.
A win decided by KO, TKO or judges' decision. 3 knockdowns in 1 round means the fight will be all over. 3 judges here ringside are using an open scoring system. The legend Buakaw. Big thrill to have him for the very first time ever for all of our fans watching in the US on HDNet Fights. Hope you're enjoying seeing Buakaw for the first time in K1 Max, especially a big hello to James Frederick William Rowe watching on HDNet in Brooklyn, New York. James Rowe, hope you're enjoying all the action. Buakaw.
Who the hell is James Rowe?
One of the many HDNet Fight fans in Brooklyn, New York. Buakaw, who possesses some of the hardest leg kicks and rib kicks in the world. His boxing has come along in leaps and bounds in 2006 when he won the Grand Prix. His boxing was what did the damage, to everyone's surprise.
Oh,
the big kibosh! The big kibosh! Dina catches him with a left hook. Could we see another upset? This would be a huge upset, Mike.
This would be a huge upset, okay? The other upset was a huge upset. This would be a gargantuous upset.
This would be a career-ending upset for Buakaw. He could not recover if he gets knocked out here. It would be embarrassing, and he's going to get knocked out. Dina all over him like a fat kid on a cupcake here in the first round. Buakaw has been dropped once. Uppercut went so high it hit a cloud. Big right hand again from Andre Dina. Buakaw being absolutely smacked here. And we're not even halfway through the first round. Left hand, right, here comes Dina. Buakaw doing the chicken dance.
I am speechless. I don't want to say
Buakaw's
anything.
going to go down. Buakaw is right for the picking. Dina is just going to smash him to the canvas. Uppercut, left hand. Buakaw has taken more punishment than a bondage parlor. How is he still standing?
I have no idea.
Andre Dina could shock the world. Overhand right. Buakaw, why are his hands so low?
I am completely speechless. I don't know if he's regained his consciousness, if he's in this fight, if he's just on autopilot.
He is not all there, Mike Hogan.
He's playing possum. I don't know what's going on. He seems to be kind of regained himself.
Buakaw, big uppercut again from Dina. Almost took out the ring lights. Buakaw still looking a little glassy in the eyes.
Eyes look glassy, but I don't think he's as woozy as he was. So
this is what I said earlier on, that Andre Dina could pull off an upset if he was to catch Buakaw cold in the first round. Muay Thai fighters tend to start slowly. Buakaw is no exception. The first round was always going to be the danger round for Buakaw.
Well, looks like he made it out of the first round, which puts the other 2 rounds Dita's danger zone.
We go to the towels. Mike, absolutely stunning scenes here at the Marine Messe in Fukuoka.
Oh, for sure this is a 10-8 round.
Dropped a 10-8 round, maybe even a 10-7 round.
Yeah, I don't know.
Buakaw was absolutely dominating.
Wow, I am completely I mean, I don't want to take anything away from Andre Dita. If this was an MMA fight, you know, I wouldn't be shocked and surprised. But being that this is only his second K1 fight, fighting against a two-time K1 Max champion and a favorite to win this tournament along with Artur Kishenko.
Well, let's just go again. As I said earlier, internet fans around the world on Sherdog, on K1 fans, tipped Buakaw to be the man to take out the K1 Max in 2009. As I thought, one judge has given it 10-7.
Yeah, he was so impressed with Dita and completely unimpressed with Buakaw.
And the other two judges gave it 10-8 for Dita. So,
you know, and I don't think it matters to Buakaw because, I'm serious, I think he was out the whole 3 minutes of that fight and he was just kind of like...
He was back in Bangkok.
Surviving.
He was back in Bangkok.
He might have been past Bangkok. I don't know geography very well. Whatever's past Bangkok, he could have been in Vietnam. I don't know.
He was in Cambodia.
Are they near each other?
Andre Dita, who now calls Toronto home. So the Canadian, Brazilian putting a thumping on the tie. Second round, Michael Chiavello, Mike Kogan with you. And Buakaw launches the rear leg round kick. Goes to the body. He's got to keep the hands up, though.
Well, he is keeping the hands up. Yeah, I think he's recovered by now.
Now, what Dita has to be careful of is not to let Buakaw find his rhythm. Thai fighters are all about finding rhythm. If Buakaw gets on song here, he'll start to chop away at Dita's legs.
Yeah, Buakaw is starting to get on song here.
Dita has to continue to disrupt the rhythm of Buakaw.
I think after taking a few kicks and punches, Dita might have said, wow, you know, I had my chance in the first round and I didn't take advantage of it.
Step up knee from Buakaw, trying to force him back into the corner, puts him against the ropes, launches an uppercut off the right hand and another step up knee to the rib cage. This is more like it from Buakaw. You don't want to tussle with him in the Muay Thai
You
clinch.
definitely don't want to tie clinch with Buakaw.
Buakaw is going to dump you 10 times out of 10. Again, step up knee from Buakaw.
That's that big right hand.
Look how low he's carrying his left hand though, Buakaw. It's dangerous still. Dita could find the way through with a right hand like that.
Well, it didn't seem to do the same amount of damage.
Big leg kick from Buakaw, showing no respect to the lead thigh of the Brazilian. Uppercut from Dita. Buakaw caught him on the cheek, then the meet and greet knee. This is Buakaw powering on. Buakaw on the front foot, he's got his confidence back. Right hand backs up the Brazilian. And Dita wants to slug it out. He wants to juke it out against the ropes.
You know, Dita needs to start changing positions, going left or right.
Oh, he folded him in half with a knee. Referee could have put a count on, but Dita back up to his feet. Buakaw's round so far, no counter shot. That knee is working a treat, just damaging the liver section and the upper right rib cage.
Oh, Dita is feeling it. Yeah, Dita is feeling it. Buakaw is slowly, you know, obviously taking over this fight, but he's also taking the fight out of Dita. You know, Dita is almost like, you know, I had my heydays in the first round and it didn't work out, and now I'm done.
Step up knee from Buakaw, and again working that liver. Very smart strategy here from Buakaw. He knows that one good liver shot will cause the whole body to shut down. Yeah, that's what he's looking for here.
Buakaw is definitely looking to end this fight.
And really, Andre Dita should be working angles and guarding against that left knee, because that left knee from Buakaw in close has become as predictable as a Tara Reid nipple slip. They both fall to the canvas. Final seconds of the second round.
Yeah, Dita, first of all, looks tired. That's number one. He looks very tired. You can tell he's tired and slow.
Buakaw's round there, Mike.
Buakaw's round for sure. You know, Dita really needs to employ a strategy of just being active. If he was just active and coming forward and defending and throwing a few punches here and there, he's 2 points ahead in 3 points and one judges. So, you know, Buakaw needs a knockdown and a really dominating round to try to even it out.
If Buakaw won this round 10-9 and he can win the final round 10-9, he would have drawn the fight, moving it to an extension.
But there's a 10-7.
Okay, it's
One of the judges is 10-7.
10-9, 10-9, 10-9. All three judges as we fought for Buakau in the second round. You're right, Mike. There was one 10-7 round. So let's do the math once again. If Buakau gets a 10-9 round in the final round, then on two judges' scorecards it will be tied, which will move it into an extension round.
Right.
If he gets a knockdown in this final round, a 10-8, then you'll
fight is over.
Right. Exactly. So a knockdown for Buakau wins it.
But the
here in
extension
third.
round is not in Dida's favor because Dida
not at all.
looks visibly tired and also kind of visibly, not necessarily frustrated, but more like despair. It's almost like, he had his... maybe
some marmalades get some of their tang from added flavoring. While Robertson's Golden Shred gets all of its tang from Seville oranges. What would you rather have for breakfast?
Kind of broad at the shoulders, slim at the hip. No other bottle is better equipped. It's strong, it's thick, and it sure is mean. Kills all known germs to keep your bathroom clean. Big Dom, that's your convenience, man. Big Bad Dom. Some call them toilets, some call them lube. Some are avocados, others are blue. But here's one thing you gotta get in your head. Big Dom kills all known germs stone dead. Big Dom. Right under the rim, man. Big Dom. Big Dom. Big Bad Dom.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Grand Garden here at the world's largest hotel, casino, and theme park for the featured attraction of the evening, brought to you by Don King Productions and Frank Warren's Sports Network, along with King Vision, Showtime Event Television, La Cerveza Más Fina Corona Beer, and the MGM Grand. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the World Boxing Council. The President Jose Sulaiman, supervisors Edward Tungaraja and Juan Sanchez. Along with the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the chairman is Dr. James Nave. Commissioners Nat Carasali, Dr. Elias Ghanem, Luther Mack, and Crispin Rivera. The executive director, Mark Ratner. Our physicians at ringside, Dr. Flip Pomansky, Dr. Robert Voy, Dr. William Berliner, and Dr. Margaret Goodman. Timekeepers at the bell, also keeping count of the knockdowns, Al Bisick and Jane Broadfoot. Introducing to you our judges. They'll be scoring this bout from ringside. Anek Hongtongkam, Larry O'Connell, and Jerry Roth. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, it's showtime! With the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing, introducing to you a referee in charge, working in this his 86th world title bout, Mills Lane. Introducing to you first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the red corner. Entering the ring wearing his traditional solid black trunks, fighting out of Catskill, New York. He weighed in at 220 pounds with an outstanding record of 43 wins, only one defeat, 37 wins coming by way of knockout. The youngest man ever to win the heavyweight crown, currently ranked the #1 heavyweight contender by the WBC, the WBA, and the IBF. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, introducing the one, the only, Iron Mike Tyson. opponent across the ring on my left, defending world champion, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing red, white, and blue of Great Britain. Fighting out of and representing London, England, he weighed in at 247 pounds. His record includes 40 wins, 4 losses, with 38 big wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, he is making the first defense of his title. Please welcome Britain's favorite son, and he is the current and defending WBC heavyweight champion of the world. There is only one, Frank Bruno. Once again, Mills Lane, our referee in charge, now to give instructions.
Right. All right, here, listen. Hey, listen here. If it goes, Mike, if it goes right here, I'm not going to call it low, all right? Now, you've already had your instruction. This is for the championship of the world. I expect a tough, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions, Mr. Tyson? Mr. Bruno, let's get it on!
Well, Bruno may not be getting the money he thinks he should be getting, nor the respect, but he is getting the corner that he wants. They changed corners so he could be near his fans. And the first thing you notice, the size difference between Tyson and Bruno. Frank Bruno with the bodybuilder's physique, 27 pounds heavier, almost 4 inches taller, huge reach advantage, and here we go, round one.
I'll tell you what, if I was built like Frank Bruno, I wouldn't be afraid of anybody or anything, but Mike Tyson is a phenom, abnormal strength, unnatural. He is a walking powerhouse.
Tyson's trainer, Jay Bright, said he's concerned about keeping Tyson under control of the belt. He'll be very anxious.
Tyson down, ducked every one of those punches. They all went over his head. A lot of problems as to whether Tyson's going to come bobbing and weaving. He's certainly coming straight in.
Tyson's camp said they don't want him standing straight in front of Bruno, Bobby. Bruno, a big puncher, also has a good jab.
What you're going to see is Frank Bruno grab Mike when he comes in like that. Every time. Every time he comes in, he's going to hold him. He's not going to let Mike do what Mike wants to do on the inside.
A straight right hand there by Mike Tyson.
Nice right hand by Tyson, and some explanation from Mills Lane to keep their heads off.
Bruno with the questionable chin.
Get off that net, come on.
He said he'll try to use the jab to keep Tyson away. He does not like to fight on the inside generally. But Bruno also feels he's learned to hold on, which he did with McCall. He is very strong, and he'll also try to tie Tyson up.
Something that's going to give Frank Bruno a problem. When he jabs, his mind is thinking backwards a little. If he's going to throw that right hand, he's got his jab into Mike and throw the right hand into Mike. See how he leans back? He can't do that. He can't do that if it's going to be effective.
He's fighting scared. When you jab and already are going back before the jab even gets there, you're too apprehensive. On Mike's side, he's not bobbing and weaving like he has, and it's coming in pretty straight up and flying through the air, which if you get hit midway there, that could be big.
Bruno continues to hold and hit.
Come on.
Quit grabbing, says Mills Lane. Tyson's people wanted to bob and roll, be less of a target, attack from the angles, and he is on the attack.
That right hand buckled the legs of Frank Bruno. That's the first one he felt the steam. Well, if they were worried about Tyson's ferocity, they can stop worrying. He is fierce tonight.
The Tyson's camp feeling the key is hand and foot speed. The Tyson is just too fast and quick on his feet, and that Bruno doesn't have the foot speed to compete.
Bruno trying a nice uppercut, which was a nice idea, but it got smothered. It didn't get there anywhere.
Bruno threw a nice right hand around the side of Tyson's ear and then a left hook to the body. Didn't seem to do anything, but it was a nice effort.
And anytime, oh, here comes Tyson. Tyson with a combination with 20 seconds left in round one.
He got Bruno's attention, wobbled Bruno with that punch. And this is what I mean. If he makes a mistake early, you can't fix a chin that was never great to begin with.
A left hook by Tyson, but Bruno comes forward. 7 seconds to go in the round.
Bruno in bad trouble there. All he needed was one more good shot. He'd have been gone.
way, Frank. Be first, Jab. You're allowing him to get ahead of you, man. Be first, man. So what, Mills? So what?
Here you see where Tyson wobbles him with a big right hand. Right on the button. Now you wonder if that was a cut or one of those charges in, because there was a lot of holding. Possible heads banging, clanging. The cut's nasty.
Well, it's a nasty cut. And rest assured, Tyson's not going to let that alone.
A deep gash over the left eye of Frank Bruno. A nasty cut as Tyson looks to rub the glove in there.
No, both of them are saying, Tyson was saying, he's grabbing me, he's doing all these things, tell him to stop.
Yeah, Mills Lane trying to take control, and Tyson just loading up, looking to throw the bomb.
Frank looking to hold on in every instance. Anytime he gets close to Tyson, he holds on.
He's looking to hold him and tire him out. He's not going to do it like that because he can't put any efforts toward punching if he's just worried about holding.
He looks like a guy who's just waiting for an avalanche to fall on him. And fall on him it will, because Tyson is fierce tonight.
Tyson now showing some head movement.
Let him go, Frank. Come on.
Frank's got to take his shot. Steve, put himself in a position to win. Take his shot. If he gets knocked out and he puts himself in a position to win, there's nothing that's dishonorable about it. But to just hold and do that for 12 rounds, there's no honor in it.
Well, he's not going to be here for 12 rounds, I guarantee you.
Oh, a left hook by Mike Tyson, flush on the face of Frank Bruno. Another left, and a combination by Tyson, and Bruno holds on.
Steve, Bruno took that left hand better than he took the first one. He seemed to adjust a little bit. He caught 2 shots there and did not react as badly as he did in the first round. Maybe the nerves and the jitters, he may be settling in.
The cut over Bruno's eye, holding up. No problem there. The big problem is standing in front of him. Halfway through the second.
He has no offensive desire whatsoever, Bruno. And if he doesn't, he can't hold off Tyson. Again, a little tiny referee and 2 huge guys.
Tyson looking to go back to work and immediately tied up, wrapped up by Bruno.
But Mills Lane is a heavyweight referee in stature.
Time.
He's taking a point away from Bruno for the continuous holding.
As if it makes any difference. That is what you call academic.
Less than a minute remaining in round 2. And Bruno continues to employ the holding tactics.
Bruno switched to southpaw there.
Just for a moment, switching to lefty.
It won't help him. He'll get hammered even harder.
Even Tyson's jabs seem to lift Bruno off his feet. And that's saying something for a 247-pounder.
There was a nice right uppercut by Bruno. Crowd reacting a little too much because obviously the Brits want to see their boy do something.
He has nothing in it. He has nothing on that uppercut. He's not fighting offensively.
Right uppercut there by Bruno, but doing no damage.
That eye is getting very, very ugly right now. It's dripping freely.
Yeah, all of a sudden it started to bleed down the side of his face.
A home run. A home run thrown by Tyson. It just missed. But Tyson is throwing evil intention punches. He wants to finish this off.
There's the bell.
Life, you're listening? You're getting fucking slower and slower. Now listen to me, Frank. This is all you fucking wanted. Throw the uppercuts with some fucking venom, and when you hit him hard.
So what?
Don't throw him your hands down. The eye's okay. There's nothing wrong with the eye, okay?
You can't even fight out of that place, come on.
Just do your work. Yeah, okay, right. Now, Frank, concentrate on what we're doing.
That's not my job, mate.
You're getting slower, don't. Now, come on, you know you can win the fight. We'll win it, right? Okay, don't wait for him.
Let's take a look at where he got hurt in the first round. That right hand, that could have been a cut right there. See the heads go together? That could have been the cut right there. But Bruno was in bad shape at that time. He buckled.
In the last round, you see Mike rocking, countering with a nice right hand. Then here comes the hook. Didn't land clean, but there's more behind that. Mike threw a nice counter right hand.
And George Francis very colorfully echoing your words, Bobby. Throw the uppercut.
But he said throw it with venom. He meant put himself in a position to win. Throw it like you mean it and let's get on with it. And he didn't use those exact words.
Now only disqualified for holding. Fight it out, okay? Now come on, let's go.
And more lecturing from Mills Lane saying, fight it out, stop holding.
You know, people kept wondering which Mike Tyson's going to be here. Which Mike Tyson is it? Pre-prison, better, worse, in between. This is a similar Mike Tyson, maybe just a little more patient, a pinch heavier, but I think he's a little more patient and a little more disciplined. He's got a difficult task in front of him, and a lot of people are going to say this fight doesn't prove anything anyway.
And this is what Bruno expected. He said he's not looking for the Tyson who fought McNeely and Mathis. Here's a combination uppercut by Tyson. Tyson laying it on, pouring it on. Down goes Bruno into the ropes. And it is all over. It is all over here in round 3. Mike Tyson is champion again.
And that is it. Mike Tyson is back. The Tyson era has begun.
I told you Frank Bruno had no chance because those absolutes Mike hits with both hands. He's got a good chin. You're not getting him out of there one shot. Bruno never throws more than one hard punch at a time, and Bruno's chin is very suspect. On top of him, always tiring.
Well, there can certainly be no doubt that he's back. He's back with all the old ferocity, all the old technique. He took care of business. There's no doubt that Mike Tyson is back as a force of nature in the heavyweights.
And Mike Tyson over to console Frank Bruno. I'd love to find out eventually what he's saying to him. Mike Tyson, his third comeback fight, recaptures the WBC Heavyweight Championship, dethroning Frank Bruno, who held the title for about 6.5 months. Tonight in his first title fight since losing the undisputed world heavyweight title to James Buster Douglas, February of 1990. Mike Tyson again, heavyweight champ.
Well, let's take a look at how Tyson took care of business. Ducked under, a shot under the arm, in the legs, and from here on out, a rain of punches which buckled Frank Bruno until he was helpless.
If you let Mike Tyson get that kind of leverage with that right uppercut, you will not make it through the round, never mind the fight.
He is a finisher par excellence, and he finished tonight, and Frank Bruno had no chance.
A ferocious display by Mike Tyson.
Take another look at it. Mike lands a body shot there and then the hook, and then what he does best, he comes up, another hook and right hand. You'll see him rip the uppercut. There's one. He rips another one that doesn't do much. It misses. That one hurt. You would see the knees buckle if we had a bigger angle. Bruno is out, and now it's just a matter of pummeling and finishing the job. The coup de grace, done.
Well, it's been over 6 years since Tyson could be called a world champion. As we take further looks. Interestingly, Buster Mathis Jr. ended up staying in the ring longer with Mike Tyson. And there's the right uppercut, and the onslaught will continue before Bruno buckles.
Part of the problem with Frank Bruno's strategy there was when he came in with one punch possible, not totally, committed to that punch to hurt Tyson, to land it, but to hold, to put his arms in a position to grab Mike and tie him up, a la Bone Crusher Smith. And I will maintain, and I mean no offense to any fighter, it is more honorable to get knocked out in 1, 2, or 3 rounds, fighting hard and putting yourself in a position to win, than to hold on, grapple, and wrestle and dance for 10 or 12 rounds and say, oh, geez, I went the distance.
Let's go over to Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the official time.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a time of 50 seconds in round number 3, our referee in charge, Mills Lane, calls a halt to the contest. He's the winner by way of technical knockout, and he is back, ladies and gentlemen, the new WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
Was 24 for his last fight. McNeely checks in at 26. The 2.5-inch height advantage for McNeely, who's probably closer to 6 feet. Tyson closer to 5'10". Tyson, a sculptured 220. He was 216 for his last fight 4 years ago. His heaviest weight, 221.25. McNeely weighed 224. And the 6-inch reach advantage for McNeely. And the Nevada rules for this non-title affair. 10-point must system. 3 judges will score. No standing 8 count. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Only the referee can stop the fight. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the last round. If there's an accidental foul before the end of the 3rd round, the fight is ruled a no decision. If it happens after the end of the 3rd, they go to the scorecards. Let's go back up to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening. With over 90 countries in 6 continents tuning in, you are now part of the largest audience to ever view a boxing event. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, it's showtime! Presenting to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing green trunks with white trim and hailing from Medfield, Massachusetts. He weighed in at 224 pounds, and his record includes 36 wins, only 1 defeat, with 30 wins coming by way of knockout, including 21 of his knockouts coming in the first round. He is currently ranked the number 7 heavyweight in the world by the WBA. As a 3rd-generation pugilist, he is representing the long-time fighting family tradition. Please welcome the hard-hitting contender known as Hurricane, Peter McNeely. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, really needing no introduction the world over. Entering the ring, wearing his traditional black trunks and fighting out of Catskill, New York. He weighed in at a ready 220 pounds with an outstanding record of 41 wins, 1 defeat, and 36 big wins coming by way of knockout. He is the youngest ever to win the heavyweight title and the last to unify it in the ring by beating the champions of the WBC, WBA, and IBF. Currently ranked the number 1 contender, please welcome the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, tonight making his return to the ring, and he is back, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the one, the only Mike Tyson. Once again, here's our referee in charge, now to give instructions, Mills Lane.
All right, gentlemen, we've already gone through the instruction in the dressing room 1 time. This is the Nevada state rules only. Protect yourself at all times. I expect a tough, clean fight. Any questions from McNeely's corner? Any questions from Mr. Tyson's corner? Let's get it on!
Peter McNeely at the start of each fight watches the timekeeper and tries to get a jump on his opponent, pouncing on top of him with a swarming style. Will he go to that approach against Mike Tyson? In Tyson's return, he plans to go straight ahead, but with elusiveness, something he got away from prior to prison. Cus D'Amato once told him your greatest asset can become your greatest weakness. So he's been working a great deal on his movement the past few months, and here we go. And McNeely, as advertised, comes right at Mike Tyson. Down goes McNeely, seconds into the first round. Seconds into the fight, McNeely on the canvas. With McNeely pounding away, Mike Tyson going to the uppercuts on the inside.
Tyson seeming to just hang back there waiting for that one shot. He isn't moving, and he's letting McNeely get away with an awful lot of pounding.
1 minute gone by. McNeely's already been down.
I'll tell you what, Steve. Nothing but brawling. McNeely's giving a good account of himself already.
Knock that shit off. Come on. Let's go.
Mills Lane said stop that nonsense because they were starting to butt heads. Oh.
Tyson with a left hook, a right uppercut. Down goes McNeely again.
McNeely's hurt this time, Steve. He's very hurt. He can barely stand up. This fight has got about 30 seconds left.
neutral corner. What's going on? The round's still
that
going
was
on.
not correct. That was not correct. That was not correct.
He quit.
That's it. He quit. McNeely has quit.
He didn't quit. His corner threw in the towel.
He didn't quit at all. McNeely didn't quit at all. His corner
didn't quit at all. He fought his heart out.
This is tantamount to Evel Knievel jumping over the counter in a rocket. He didn't even get started. That's a crime for McNeely. This kid was fighting his heart out. That is wrong.
It's too bad, yes. At first it appeared as if McNeely had quit, but no, it was the corner. McNeely wanted to continue. Everything happened so fast it was tough to determine, but it was McNeely's corner who stopped the fight. And that is it. Just like that, it's over.
Well, that was that fear on their part that he would get hurt, but he wasn't in bad shape. He got up, he was going to get hammered, but they were fighting, and the kid had a lot of heart. McNeely had heart.
McNeely did something no one's ever done. It's attack Mike Tyson. He pushed him back in the corner and tried to leave him there. Now, obviously, Mike Tyson is a talent that this guy isn't. Well, but you're right, it was the corner. It was unfair to the boy.
Listen to this crowd, and they agree. They wanted this fight to continue, and look at McNeely's reaction. He's upset.
Well, McNeely has every right to really scream and holler at his cornerman for coming in there. Then he should not have done that. That's just not appropriate action.
It's really unfortunate that it had to end this way.
I mean, because you've learned nothing. You've learned nothing. Tyson withstood the blast. He waited. He came in with his crunching punches. You've learned nothing.
What a letdown.
Oh,
what a letdown.
What a terrible letdown, and not the fault of McNeely. Let's say it over and over and over again. Not the fault of this young kid.
Bertie, people asked me all during the week, what did I think? And I said, at best, I thought a minute and a half. It's a minute 29.
You're pretty
but
good, Bob.
I'll tell you what, I didn't think it went in quite that way. McNeely made an excellent account of himself, used his football style, bowled him back into the corner, got some shots in.
Let's take a look at the first knockdown, which wasn't a really big thing, but he'd gotten a couple of really hard shots that shook him. So as we go to the replay, if it starts, you'll see Tyson land. Look at that hammering shot right there. And then the way he's punching, that right hand right there got him. And so he gets off balance, he goes down. He doesn't go down with a big lot of hurt. You see him get up, and this kid's got so much nervous energy. Let's look at the second. Bob.
Now the second knockdown, he's hurt more on the inside, but this is still a replay of the first knockdown. Mike comes across, just a nice short, crisp, turned over the right hand. Kind of stunned McNeely. Semi-flash knockdown, not real hurt, gets up, kind of clowning around. Second knockdown, though, he was much more hurt.
All right, let's take a look at super slow-mo, because that was a nice little right hand, but it didn't land with a huge amount of crunching force. Let's look at it. The right, keep your eyes on the right hand of Mike Tyson. Now he's in a perfect position to come back. Whack, and you see he's turning his head as he got hit. But it was enough to stun him, and he kind of tripped over Mike's feet as well. So it wasn't a big deal. He got up and he ran around. Bank no.
Reynolds.
Sir.
What? What?
Sir?
What? Sit.
Ow!
What was that?
That was what, sir?
What was what, Bottle?
What's it, sir?
What?
Sir?
What? What's a what's it? What?
Oh, what? What's it? Cheesy, that's what, sir.
What is what whittering about, Wattle?
Red Motel.
What?
Give us a minute, sir.
Go and wonder what's it when you know what's what. What?
Sir?
In case of a draw, a win decided by KO, TKO or judge's decision, 3 knockdowns in 1 round means the fight will be all over. 3 judges here ringside are using an open scoring system, the legend Buakaw. Big thrill to have him for the very first time ever for all of our fans watching in the US on HDNet Fights. Hope you're enjoying seeing Buakaw for the first time in K1 Max, especially a big hello to James Frederick William Rowe watching on HDNet in Brooklyn, New York. James Rowe, hope you're enjoying all the action. Buakaw.
Who the hell is James Rowe?
One of the many HDNet Fight fans in Brooklyn, New York. Buakaw, who possesses some of the hardest leg kicks and rib kicks in the world. His boxing has come along in leaps and bounds in 2006 when he won the Grand Prix. His boxing was what did the damage, to everyone's surprise.
Oh, the big kibosh! The big kibosh! Dina catches him with a left hook. Could we see another upset? This would be a huge upset, Mike.
This would be a huge upset. Okay? The other upset was a huge upset. This would be a gargantuous upset.
This would be a career-ending upset for Buakaw. He could not recover if he gets knocked out here. It would be embarrassing, and he's going to get knocked out. Dita all over him like a fat kid on a cupcake here in the first round. Buakaw has been dropped once. Uppercut went so high it hit a cloud. Big right hand again from Andre Dita. Buakaw being absolutely smacked here. And we're not even halfway through the first round. Left hand, right, here comes Dita. Buakaw doing the chicken dance.
I am speechless. I don't want to say
Buakaw's
that.
going to go down. Buakaw is right for the picking. Dita is just going to smash him to the canvas. Uppercut, left hand. Buakaw has taken more punishment than a bondage parlor. How is he still standing?
I have no idea.
Andre Dita could shock the world. Overhand right. Buakaw, why are his hands so low?
I am completely speechless. I don't know if he's regained his consciousness, if he's in this fight, if he's just
He's not all
autopilot.
there. He is not all there, Mike Hogan.
He's playing possum. I don't know what's going on. He seems to be kind of regained himself.
Buakaw, big uppercut again from Dita. Almost took out the ring lights. Buakaw still looking a little glassy in the eyes.
Eyes look glassy, but I don't think he's as woozy as he was. So
this is what I said earlier on, that Andre Dita could pull off an upset if he was to catch Buakaw cold in the first round. Muay Thai fighters tend to start slowly. Buakaw is no exception. The first round was always going to be the danger round for Buakaw.
Well, looks like he made it out of the first round, which puts the other two rounds in Dita's danger zone.
We go to the towels. Mike, absolutely stunning scenes here at the Marine Messe in Fukuoka.
Oh, for sure this is a 10-8 round.
Dropped a 10-8 round, maybe even a 10-7 round.
Yeah, I don't know.
Buakaw was absolutely dominated.
Wow, I am completely I mean, I don't want to take anything away from Andre Dita. If this was an MMA fight, you know, I wouldn't be shocked and surprised. But being that this is only his second K1 fight, fighting against a two-time K1 Max champion and a favorite to win this tournament along with Artur Kushenko.
Well, let's just go again. As I said earlier, internet fans around the world, on Sherdog, on K1 fans, tipped Buakaw to be the man to take out the K1 Max in 2009. As I thought, one judge has given it 10-7.
Yeah, he was so impressed with Dita and completely unimpressed with Buakaw.
And the other two judges gave it 10-8 for Dita. So
you know what? And I don't think it matters to Buakaw because, I'm serious, I think he was out the whole 3 minutes of that fight and he was just kind of like...
He was back in Bangkok.
Surviving.
He was back in Bangkok.
He might have been past Bangkok. I don't know geography very well. Whatever's past Bangkok. He could have been in Vietnam. I don't know.
He was in Cambodia.
Are they near each other?
Andre Dita, who now calls Toronto home. So the Canadian, Brazilian putting a thumping on the tie. Second round, Michael Chiavello, Mike Kogan with you. And Buakaw launches the rear leg round kick. Goes to the body. He's got to keep the hands up, though.
Well, he is keeping the hands up. Yeah, I think he's recovered by now.
Now, what Dita has to be careful of is not to let Buakaw find his rhythm. Thai fighters are all about finding rhythm. If Buakaw gets on song here, he'll start to chop away at Dita's legs.
Yeah, Buakaw is starting to get on song here.
Dita has to continue to disrupt the rhythm of Buakaw.
I think after taking a few kicks and punches, Dita might have said, wow, you know, I had my chance in the first round and I didn't take advantage of it.
Step up knee from Buakaw, trying to force him back into the corner, puts him against the ropes, launches an uppercut off the right hand, and another step up knee to the rib cage. This is more like it from Buakaw. You don't want to tussle with him in the Muay Thai
You
clinch.
definitely don't want to tie clinch with Buakaw.
Buakaw is going to dump you 10 times out of 10. Again, step up knee from Buakaw.
There's that big right hand.
Look how low he's carrying his left hand though, Buakaw. It's dangerous still. Dita could find the way through with a right hand like that.
Well, it didn't seem to do the same amount of damage.
Big leg kick from Buakaw, showing no respect for the lead thigh of the Brazilian. Uppercut from Dita. Buakaw caught him on the cheek, Then the meet and greet knee. This is Buakaw powering on. Buakaw on the front foot. He's got his confidence back. Right hand backs up the Brazilian. And Dida wants to slug it out. He wants to juke it out against the ropes.
You know, Dida needs to start changing positions, going left, going.
Oh, he folded him in half of the knee. Referee could have put a count on, but Dida back up to his feet. Buakaw's round so far, no counter shot. That knee is working a treat, just damaging the liver section and the upper right rib cage.
Oh, Dida is feeling it. Yeah, Dida is feeling it. Buakaw is slowly, you know, obviously taking over this fight, but he's also taking the fight out of Dida. You know, Dida is almost like, you know, I had my heydays in the first round and it didn't work out, and now I'm done.
Step up knee from Buakaw, and again working that liver. Very smart strategy here from Buakaw. He knows that one good liver shot will cause the whole body to shut down. Yeah, that's what he's looking for here.
Buakaw is definitely looking to end this fight.
And really, Andre Dida should be working angles and guarding against that left knee, because that left knee from Buakaw in close has become as predictable as a Tara Reid nipple slip. They both fall to the canvas. Final seconds of the second round.
Yeah, Dida, first of all, looks tired. That's number one. He looks very tired. You can tell he's tired and slow.
Buakaw's round there, Mike.
Buakaw's round for sure. You know, Dida really needs to employ a strategy of just being active. If he was just active and coming forward and defending and throwing a few punches here and there, he's 2 points ahead in 3 points and 1 judges. So, you know, Buakaw needs a knockdown and a really dominating round to try to even it out.
If Buakaw won this round 10-9 and he can win the final round 10-9, he would have drawn the fight, moving it to an extension.
But there's a 10-7.
If he, okay, it's
one of the judges is 10-7.
10-9, 10-9, 10-9. All three judges as we fought for Buakaw in the second round. You're right, Mike. There was one 10-7 round. So let's do the math once again. If Buakaw gets a 10-9 round in the final round, then on 2 judges' scorecards it will be tied, which will move it into an extension round. Right. If he gets a knockdown in this final round, a 10-8, then you'll
fight is over.
Right. Exactly. So a knockdown for Buakaw wins it.
But the extension round is not in Dida's favor, because Dida looks visibly tired and also kind of visibly, not necessarily frustrated, but more like despaired. It's almost like, you know, he had his...
Great Britain now with added pressure.
Well, equal pressure, though, as anybody that false starts is out.
That's right.
And this is a fair start, and Sean Crawford running the opening leg. He'll hand to his training partner, Justin Gatlin, and Crawford blazing around the turn. Here's the handoff to Gatlin, successful. Now Gatlin, the 100-meter champ, the world's fastest man, flying down the backstretch of the U.S. in front. Here's the handoff to Kobe Miller, runs the third leg. Handoff successful. Miller now on the turn. Dead aim on the anchor, Maurice Green. And the U.S. is in front. Nigeria is also running well with Great Britain. Here's Maurice Green. He has the baton. Great Britain and Nigeria are there. Great Britain's in front. Great Britain, the U.S., Maurice Green trying to catch him. Here's the finish. Tight. Mark Lewis Francis, I believe, beat Maurice Green to the line. Great Britain. They were so anxious they false started, and yet they were able to just hold on. Maurice Green was flying at the end, but Mark Lewis Francis was able, I believe, to hold him off.
That was an unbelievable final leg by Great Britain. Mark Lewis Francis running the leg of his life, and Kobe Miller now of the United States thinking about what happened.
Didn't they lose some ground on that pass from Justin Gatlin to Kobe Miller?
They sure did. Well, let's take it from the start. Sean Crawford popping it off with the United States, and Crawford out of the blocks, bringing it down the track to Justin Gatlin. And watch the stick. The time is on the stick. It slowed down just a little bit, but now Gatlin is barreling down the lane. Gatlin now heading for Kobe Miller for the second exchange. And right here is where the United States got into some trouble. They're looking for the stick, and right there, Kobe Miller almost out of the zone, but they get the stick past. But here, Kobe Miller has lost ground, and once he passes the stick to Maurice Green, Nigeria is there, and Great Britain is out in the lead, and there was too much ground for Mo Green to make up as Great Britain runs to goal.
It looked like this
was going to be a very, very close race until this second baton exchange just wasn't very smooth.
That's right, Tom. Well, the lanes are only 48 inches wide, and you have two sprinters barreling down there trying to share the space and pass a baton that weighs less than 2 ounces. And right here, Colby Miller sticks his hand back. He's in the middle of the lane, so Justin Gatlin doesn't have much space to pass it to him. Somehow they get the baton exchange. But watch here, at the bottom of your screen on the right, you'll see the yellow line come up. That's the end of the zone. They barely get the baton exchange there, but there was too much ground lost as the baton slowed down. And once Mo Green got the baton, there was simply not enough space for him to pick off Great Britain. Able to move up for the silver, but Great Britain wins the gold.
Mo Green was getting to Mark Lewis Francis, but just ran out of real estate. Mark Lewis Francis, Maurice Green is very tight, but the lean gives the gold to Great Britain. So the U.S. will have to watch this celebration by the team from Great Britain. Mark Lewis Francis holding off Mo Green by inches to win the gold medal. And the U.S. team is with Bob Newmeyer.
He's anxious to follow the pace. He knows he's there to be shot at the moment. He's got the big Brazilian breathing down his neck, Joaquin Cruz, and these two are looking around. Where's the company? And it's closing up on them only because they're closing, and the time's coming to them. Awita gets himself buried there in 6th or 7th place. He almost had a trip earlier on, but the big Brazilian training Steve Cram at the moment, who looks as though he's running well and easy.
No sign of the Cram muscle injury at all as they get 2 laps to go, Marker. Held out to them and still foul lead. Talifa in 2nd place. Cram is 3rd. Cruz is 4th. In 5th place, Gonzalez of Spain. In 6th place, the tiny Moroccan. And they threw 800 meters in 1:53.6. Now Ovett in the world record was through in 1:51.67, so they're outside a world record pace. It's still Khalifa now in front, with Fowler having dropped out. Still Cram in 2nd place. 3rd, Gonzalez of Spain. In 4th place is Cruz, looking threatening. In 5th place, Awita. And 6th, the many times American champion Steve Scott. They're all gathering now as they come round to the bell. Khalifa kicking very hard indeed. Cram still in 2nd place, and Cruz is in trouble. The Olympic 800-meter champion's beaten. Khalifa attacks hard, but so too does Cram, and he's gone desperately early. Well, this is a really courageous bid by Steve Cram, and as he judged it right. Gonzalez in 2nd place. Awita is not beaten yet, and is closing, but Cram has kicked hard. He's 7 meters clear. And the Olympic champion from Morocco is wallowing behind Cram at the moment with just over 200 to go. But Cram lasting it out. The world champion, the European champion, the Commonwealth champion. Can he hang off? The Olympic 5,000 meter champions closing now and encouraged by the gap lessening. And Cram battling away in front. And Awita is coming on the near side. Cram responds again. But the Moroccan can feel he might get there. It's going to be so close. Cram wins. And the world record has gone. Steve Ozet's name has gone from the list to be replaced by, I believe, Steve Cram. And they've both broken Steve Ovet's old world 1,500 meter record. And what a positive piece of running by the boy from Jarrow.
Well, I've got to say, David, I think that's the greatest 1,500 meters I've ever seen. The lad nailed his colours to the mast and threw it down to what is obviously the great pretender. We've seen Awita's promise at 5,000 meters, and we know that he's got fantastic talent at 1,500 meters. Well, the 800-meter champion from the Olympic Games was left for dead as these two battled to the line in what was a courageous piece of front running. 350 meters to go, and away went Cram and laid it on the line for everyone to follow. No sign of injury, no sign of stress. He poured every inch into that race. He pushed himself to the absolute limit and got the just reward, a world record.